did I just do? Sorry. Apologies. Alright, I'm just going to get the recording up and we will start talking about progress over perfection. Capture audio, start recording. Alrighty, skip that. Hide my face. Alright, beautiful. So in today's training, I'm going to be talking about progress over perfection. And anyone that's tuning in on the Instagram side of things, welcome. This is my client coaching call and just letting you guys have a sneak preview today. So in today's little training, I'm just going to be talking about what is progress over perfection. And another concept that I've talked about a lot is good, better, and best. And having that mindset over being like, oh, if I just can't be perfect, what's the point? So, like, that's the one thing is, like, I want to break down, like, obviously, to get 110,000% amazing results, like, perfection is amazing. You know, dialing in everything that you want to achieve, doing everything to absolute 110%, absolute perfection, like, yeah, you're going to get amazing results. But that's very few people can actually achieve that and that be realistic for them. And so having that more progress over perfection and this good, better, best mindset is going to be way more successful for you, because in that way you're actually going to be able to get stuff done and achieve things when we can look at this. When we can look at it as no matter what, we're always keeping the ball rolling and we're always progressing, even if the pace that we're progressing changes. So sometimes you might be pushing at 100% in all aspects of your fitness journey, and then, you know, work gets really busy. You get sick, your kids get sick, stuff comes up. So instead of just going like, oh, well, fuck it, it's out the window, you go, all right, well, I just can't do 100%. I'm going to dial it down to like 70%, or maybe I'll dial it down to like 50%, but I'm still doing the best that I can to keep working towards my goals, and it's just going to slow it down, but I'm not stopping my progress. So that is that like good, better, best mentality and that progress over perfection. You know, it's breaking out of that mindset of like, well, I fucked up my diet one day, might as well give up and start again on Monday, or I missed the gym today, what's the point? Like, I'll just start again next month. Like, that's the mindset that we do not want to have. It's like, if you have a slip up, if you have a bad, quote unquote, bad day, I don't like to use the word to say in the ether, but if you have a day that just turns into a flop, it's just like, cool, all right, well, I'm just going to pick myself up and keep going and just do the best that I can do. And I do think everyone in here is really fabulous at doing that. Like, really, they are. But that is just one thing. I'm just going to turn this light on. That is just one thing that I want everyone to really focus in on, is like, really catch yourself out. If you go, oh, no, I fucked up, I'll just start again on Monday, like, stop yourself and just go, no, I'm just going to get back on the horse right now in the best way that I possibly can, and have that balance between when do you need to be disciplined to be like, all right, go get your gym gear on, get to the gym, you're being like, you're just slacking off for no reason, versus no, you actually need to have a bit of self-compassion. You need to go, it's okay to have the day off. It's okay to have a bit of a rest. Like, and just finding that balance between like discipline and self-compassion is like another component of it as well. And that just comes with experience. And that's what I'm here for as well, right? Like, I will also be like, it's okay, but go back onto it tomorrow. Like, you know, so we're just finding that little bit of a balance. But the goal is that we don't quit, we don't stop, we don't go, life's too busy, I'll get back to it when I can. The kids are on school holidays, I'll get back to it when I can. Works, like, you just do the best that you can do. And even if it's smaller steps, like maybe it's like, I just can't get to the gym, but I can go for walks. Like, that's like exactly what Maddie's been doing. Like, she just has had some stuff going on, so instead it's just gone for walks instead right now, and then we're getting back into the gym. And it's just like doing the best that you can and still working towards your goals at that pace that you can keep up with. And so my main question though is, if you're not getting the progress, is like, are you setting unrealistic expectations on yourself? Are you trying to go to the gym 6 days? You would not be going 6 days, because I'd be doing 5 days at least. But like, are you trying to get to the gym 5 days a week, but it's just more practical for you to just go 3 days a week? Are you trying to be 110% on your macros, but then you're cooking like a meal with your family and you're never 100% sure, so you just get too nervous? It's like, well, why not just like be really on point for everything else and then have one bit of flexibility? Like, you know, have a bit of grace and then have a bit of discipline. So how can we look at progress. What are different things to dial in on, to focus on instead of being perfect in our training? What can we do to have progress? So in our training, it's, all right, can I add 1 more kilo or 500 grams to the weight that I did last week? Can I add 1 more kilo? Can I add 1 more rep to the sets that I did? So instead of being like, I didn't have a perfect session, but you know what? When I did this one exercise, I pushed hard and I got 1 more rep in both of my sets, and I'm really bloody proud of that. That's progress. It doesn't have to be a perfect training session, but you made some progress on that particular exercise. And so maybe it's focusing in on that. I didn't perfectly make my 5 days a week, but in the sessions that I did have, I made a little bit of progress and I feel bloody good for doing it. Same as like if you're trying to hit your step count, it's like, my goal is to hit 10,000 steps a day, but I just keep falling short and doing 7,000. Well, instead it's like, well, maybe let's just make sure we nail 7,000 every single day, and then progress can be like, all right, now let's push it for 7,500. And that is progress over being perfectly hitting 10,000 steps every single day. So they're different ways. Instead of saying, I've cut out the sugar, I've cut out the carbs, I've cut out the this and that, I'm perfect on my diet. It's like, I'm really good at nailing my protein and I stay within my calories, and it's most of the time it's whole foods, but it's, you know, I do still have a few more snacks and I was a bit unorganized. So my progress is that I'm just going to make sure I'm really pre-planning my lunches, and so I don't have to keep buying lunches out because that throws things a little bit out the window. It makes it challenging. So I'm just going to improve my nutrition by starting meal prepping, as opposed to being like, I'm going to nail my nutrition and cut all the shit out. Like, it's just not practical, and also that makes life suck. So like, that's the kind of way that you can add a little bit of progression. So always thinking about what you get to do, what you can do, that you get to exercise, you don't have to exercise, all the things that you get to do and you can do, having that more positive mindset about it. And what the words that you speak to yourself make a really big difference. So if you say you can't do something, if you say you struggle with something, if you say that it's too hard, it's not for you, you will not achieve it, it will not be for you. It will always be hard and you'll always struggle. So we want to use the positive languages. It's challenging, but I'm learning how to get better at it. I'm making progress, you know, positive speech only. That was a little bit of a digression from progress, but that's all right. So other things is like, you know, setting realistic goals. Like, you can have big, scary, audacious goals and then have some practical ones with actionable steps along the way. I harp on about that kind of aspect of things. Like, it's even when we do our like Sunday intentions and people are like, it's even if I was like, cool, I want to sleep better. It's like, what the heck does that mean? How do you achieve sleep better? Let's break it down and be more practical. It's like, right, well, I need to get to bed by 9:30. If I want to do that, I have to turn the TV off at this time. Like, break it down into really practical, actionable steps as well. Embrace like imperfection. This is that good, better, best mentality. So you've had a really hectic, busy day at work and you're just like, I do not have time to go to the gym. Well, a good option is like, I don't have time to go to the gym. I'm just going to like go for a walk, or I'm just going to do some body weight exercises or a bit of yoga at home, or I'm just going to move my body. That's a good option. I'm just going to do something. A better option might be, right, I'm just going to go to the gym for like half an hour and I'm just going to get as much as I can done in that session, and that will do. You know, I've got 20 minutes, I'm going to pump out a session. And then the better option is, whatever, I'm just going to go and get my session done and, you know, maybe cut it a bit short, but I'm still going to get 90% of the session done. Good, move your body, just feel good. Better option is, I'm just going to go to the gym, but I'm going to do a really, really short session. And the best option is get in, do your normal session. But you can see how there's a good, better, best mentality, and either one of those options are still going to be helping you work towards your goals. Same as if we were, you know, what if we were, you forgot your lunch? A good option is, right, I forgot my lunch, I'm going to go get some takeaway, but I'm going to choose an option that maybe use one of my cheat sheets for the takeaway options. I'm going to go get like something that I can track quite easily and just make sure I hit my protein, and, you know, she'll be right. A better option would be like, I'm going to go to the grocery store and I'm going to pick up, you know, some tuna and some salad and a rice cup, or something that you can really track it and make it fit your macros, and it will do. And then the best option is pack your lunch and don't forget it, but, you know, shit happens. But you can see there's still a good, better, best option, and it's not going to be throwing it all out and making you be like, fuck it, can't be perfect, might as well give up now. So that's that imperfect action. It's like you can always do something that's going to help you work towards your goals. There's always going to be a good option, a better option, and a best option. And, you know, sometimes you just got to take the good option because that's all that you can achieve right now, and that's still better than nothing at all. How do we track our progress? How do we track our progress? So celebrate small wins, tracking your training session. The app's going to tell you when you've done a PB. It'll tell you how many animals you lifted and then when you've done PB. So it's going to tell you when you're progressing. That's why I make you take photos, because photos can really show amazing results. Celebrating wins. That's why we do daily wins, because like just reflecting back and being like, oh, I made a good choice there. Like, proud of myself for that. Like, oh yeah, I actually really achieved that today. That was really good. You know, reflecting consistently on what you're grateful for. What do you win? Like, what are some wins that you've had? All those different aspects of things. That's going to be a nice, really, really beautiful way to track your progress without it having to be perfect, like dialed in every single day. So that's why I'm always harping on about journaling and doing your gratitude diary. Have a growth mindset. So just see every challenge, every flop, every oopsie, every dang, not a good choice moment as a learning opportunity. It's like, it's all good. What happened? Why did it happen? What can we do next time? What do we need to change? What can we implement? How can we learn and grow from every one of these opportunities? That is all it is. Every fail, every flop, every negative thing that happens is just an opportunity to learn something new and to grow from it. You can either use it as an excuse or you can use it as an opportunity to grow and learn. So use it to grow and learn every time. Like, you know, when you get answers wrong at school in the exam, you're not just like, I'm a failure, I'm never going to do well at school. You go, okay, cool, what did I make a mistake on, and make sure I learn this stuff for the next time I get tested on it. Life is exactly the same. And the main thing is just be consistent with it. It is so underrated how much consistency pays off to get results. Consistency. When you're consistent with 100%, yeah, your results might come quicker. But if that's not realistic for you, being consistent at 80% or at 50%, you're still going to get there eventually. It might be a bit slower. Be okay with that, but you're still going to get there. And that's the main thing. So that is everything I wanted to talk about progress over perfection. That's that good, better, best mentality. When you take that in with your fitness journey, you'll be a lot more happier along the way and a lot more successful, because you're not going to keep beating yourself down all the time. So with that, I'm going to quickly pause the recording and then I'm going to make us do a little meditation. So bear with me for 1 sec. Did you guys have any questions about that? Or any comments, suggestions, questions? Does that make sense? Is it going to be a nice challenge mentality for you? Yeah. Definitely. It's I do think everyone in here is actually pretty damn good at it, to be honest. Probably because I harp on about it enough, but I feel like we are pretty good at it. But even we all got to catch ourselves out.